respected chairperson, dignitaries of the function, of the dais and on the dais, esteemed invitees from far and wide, media persons, and my dear students present here in this auspicious occasion. Friends, in today's seminar, I would like to speak on how we can create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. Let's ask let's ask the Almighty to fill us with such scholars that we can distribute it among others and needy persons around us. Hence, my philosophy says, ऐसे रंग दे मुझको ना मिटा सके कोई, बांट सकूं मैं सबको बिन रंग दुनिया रोई। सुना लगता मेरा ये दिल देख पड़ा है खाली, सुना लगता मेरा ये दिल देख पड़ा है खाली, गुजरा हुआ कल लौटा दे फिर भर दे मेरा झोली, भर दे मेरा झोली। Friends, let's join together. Let's join together for this great noble purpose. Let's leave Abhiman and accept Swabhiman, because Swabhimani sina सृष्टि करिपारे निजे निज परिचय, विजयर टीका पिंधि पारेसी घाटे न थाए भय। Friends, inclusive education system is not mere a verbal declaration but a kind of inner intensive awareness. It connects one with the divinity through direct realization. We cannot materialize this system mechanically. Rather, it is an attitude of divinity which elevates one to the height of contemplation, in which exalted state the ego becomes almost negative. Friends, one must keep his mind alert and quiet under all circumstances while creating a barrier-free society for differently abled children. One must consider the phenomenal value of inclusive education system while creating a barrier-free society for it. One's identity is truly realized by implementing this system effectively. A close observation of lower mind is an essential phenomenon while creating a barrier-free society for inclusive education system, because it needs maintenance of mental purity without getting involved in any form of world temptation. Friends, the most important point one must remember while creating a barrier-free society for inclusive education system is that one must penetrate into the various aspects of the child's mind by choiceless awareness, because only through this penetration one can enter into the psychological kingdom of freely and frequently. This free and frequent access helps one to shortlist the difficulties around us and faced by a differently abled child in an open educational field. Friends, one can draw inference to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education through this system only. The beauty of this system is truly realized through inclusive education only. Friends, we must reduce and remove all kind of impure elements from the mind through deep meditation for creating a barrier-free society while implementing inclusive education system, because only through purity of thought we can put our intellectual ideas on a right platform to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. Here, our spiritual vision opens to the divine light, giving wisdom for reaction, giving wisdom of reality, and our wisdom plays a key role to attract people to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. Again, friends, our Wisdom leads us to self-transformation, which fight against all barriers of the mind. Hence, we can say one needs spiritual liberation to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. Our divine ideas need to be rediscovered for successful implementation of this system. Our self is the only barrier to this system. So, friends, self realization, reformation gives meaning and significance to everything in life because in this state of mind one reaches at the stage of complete surrender to the divine inner power. It supplies our body and mind renewed energy to cope with worldly problems of society appear against inclusive education system. Again, friends, while creating a barrier-free society for inclusive education system, one must have a sense of peace and happiness while serving differently abled children. Again, there should be no fear, no fiction, no resistance. One must feel rejuvenated by this because through this rejuvenation only one can become open to all and reach to the core of the heart of every aspirant around him. Our tremendous spiritual energy takes us to the eternal kingdom to justify the need of the differently abled child on a right footing, on a right time. So friends, again I would like to put forth my argument before you that a stress-free mind can initiate a barrier-free society for inclusive education because only a stress-free mind understands correctly and honestly the cardinal principle of inclusive education system, which is based on elementary knowledge of humanity. This system of education can rightly be implemented through one's spiritual vision only. Here, I would like to connect progress and peace of mind because without peace of mind, progress is just an oasis. Progress is just an oasis. Hence, we need a still and calm mind to draw divine attribute of the differently abled children and place them on the mainstream of life through inclusive education system. Friends, once we discover the divine secret in them, a positive acceptance of everything would be easier. In this state of mind, normal human would be defensive for the other end spontaneously. For the other end spontaneously. So friends, next I would like to justify that our trust and confidence in the differently abled children would be more creative and it would create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system because this trust and confidence in them is a kind of submission to the divinity within. It takes one far beyond the confines of mere mind and intellect. Here, one finds himself within the circle of reason and logic, and in the unfathomable depth of supreme silence. Friends, again, we must pursue the strength of mind in them. We must discover aspiring seekers. As a matter of fact, these aspiring seekers would act as divine faculties to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. In addition to this, divine fellowships and spiritual organizations play a key role to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system because they impart spiritual training and initiates the disciples to create a barrier-free society. So friends, divine wisdom always advances in the higher aspect of the life. Our day-to-day divine experience is our best achievement. It is unseen but powerful. It is untouched but influential. Hence, let's examine our mystical divine experience from a close angle while creating a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. Friends, are we really doing justice by putting the different-abled children behind the bar? Is it not the sacred duty of a responsible citizen to bring those special category of people into light? Can't we justify their special qualities without intuition? The process of divinity development is unfinished without them. They are physically varied but not disabled. Let's accept them, adopt them, and analyze them. They are the great gift of divinity. They are the great gift of divinity. Enormous possibility is in them. Enormous possibility is in them. So, friends, our society is still in a state of imperfection. We need to cultivate our self knowledge carefully and honestly. We need to develop our knowledge, our confidence, our contemplation, and the capacity to awaken the soul from the slumber. The path is now open. Let's accept the absolute through reality. The process of progress is yet to complete. Let's discover the eternal truth behind the progress. Now, let's do away with the hindrances with our intellectual formula. Let's explore the natural technological urge in divine source. Let's search each other through brotherlyhood. Perception is already present in us. Perfection is already present in us. It is pure and free. It is pure and free. It is delighted too. Let's awaken. Let's awaken it for the greater possibility to create a barrier-free society for inclusive education system. Let's examine our purity once again. Let's examine our purity once again. So friends, a barrier-free society for inclusive education system is not possible without love and sacrifice. Here, love means not an autocratic command, rather it is a democratic demand. It is based on the principle of truth and faith. Here, our unitary faith stands forth as something manifestly clear without in any way renouncing mystery. It has two axiomatic certainties. One concerning the principle, which is both the being and beyond, being, and the other concerning manifestation, both formal and supraformal. So friends, it is a matter free from abhiman. Hence, I would like to say, घर में अगर अंधकार हो मेहमान कहाँ से आए, मन में अगर अंधकार हो भगवान कहाँ से आए. Differently abled children are like divine guests, free from worldly complications. So friends, to get the divine guest, we must have the ability to greet them. We must have the ability to greet them. We must have the sense of right perception, because friends, perception and perfection always move on an equal dimension. They teach about the existence of others in us. They teach about the actuality of others. But we people are still in illusion. They take us off illusion. They make us understand about the actual entity than we are. Friends, inclusive education system believes in Vedantic idealism, which believes in absolute philosophy too. A society can be absolute if it is free from all kind of barriers. It includes both economic, socio-psychological and political barriers. Hence, while looking for a greater society, let's consider let's consider esoteric teaching, because esotericism teaching is based on objective idealism. According to this philosophy, the universe is evolved out of its ideal plan. The universe is evolved out of its plan, upheld through eternity in the unconsciousness of Param Brahma. Hence, friends, let's feel that Param Brahma in us while creating a barrier-free society for successful implementation of inclusive education system. Everything is finite and perishable only in their objective, not in their ideal form. So, our ideas exist here from time to time. They exist here as reflections. Hence, friends, let's examine ourselves in a barrier-free society. We are no way inferior than Ram and Krishna. We are no way inferior than Ram and Krishna, but we are not able to discover our divine quality in us, being surrounded by Maya, that is illusion. So, friends, let's join our hands to come out of that Maya, and unitedly we must say, हम जरूर होंगे कामयाब, हम जरूर होंगे कामयाब, वो दिन जरूर आएगा, वो दिन जरूर आएगा, आज नहीं तो कल हम जरूर होंगे कामयाब. Thank you.